And start recording. Our voices should now be live on Twitch, but they can't see our faces yet. Okay. All right. The Twitch stream is starting soon. Have you heard Tom's new little intros?
No.
This tone means you need to call your mother. And it makes me laugh. All right. You all ready to see our faces? We're here. We are live on Twitch. All right. I got my little stream chat up so that way I can talk to all you lovely people. And I think... V, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. I don't know if you can hear my cat purring. Can you hear it?
No.
No. He's quite loud. He's right here. But maybe it's not picking it up.
Yeah.
Good microphone.
Good microphones are a big help. Now, the only thing is that I just need to know if you can hear this. And if anybody is currently on our stream watching in, I would love to know if you can hear this as well. If not, I'm going to have to do some finagling. I love our intro music. I really do.
Wish I could hear it.
Okay, so you couldn't hear it. All right, we will run with it. Are we ready to get this show started?
Yes.
Okay. Intro music will actually play this time and go through. Hey there. Hi. Hello. Oh, hi. And welcome to Two Girls, One Ship, where we review all of your favorite video game romances. I'm your host, Genesis, the girl who can still remember the daunting words of Blue Warrior needs food badly.
And I'm Bravada. That reference went over my head. Don't forget, lovely people, beauty is in the eye of the controller. Let's get into today's love interest.
But before we get started, if you want to stay spoiler-free, then this isn't the podcast for you. We will be talking about specific in-game dialogue, breaking down some of the cutscenes, and doing a full-on character analysis.
So, here's your fucking spoiler alert.
Thanks to a certain legend of a human for that notification.
Also, just to be on the safe side, we want to give you a content warning for violence and discussion of a fictional depiction of child abuse, just in case anyone needs that content warning. Okay, on to the violent content.
It starts off pretty bad. But today's episode is on Mass Effect 1's Staff Lieutenant Kaidan Alenko. He was born in 2151, and in his mid-teens, he went to biotics training school, where he was systematically abused by adults until he accidentally killed one. Yay? After several years of being adrift and unmoored by the events that happened during his schooling, he decided to follow in the steps of his father, and in 2173, he enlisted with the Alliance. So, with the events of Mass Effect 1 taking place in 2183, he's been on active duty for 10 years. He's already a part of the Normandy staff working under Captain Anderson, making him the first squad mate that joins your crew. If he's still around by the end of Mass Effect 3, he is the only companion who served with the commander from before they became a Spectre to when they became the savior of the galaxy.
Kaidan is a romance option for female Shepard only in Mass Effect 1, but by Mass Effect 3, he can be romanced by both male and female Shepard. But for today, we're only talking about the events in Mass Effect 1. So unless noted, today's Shepard is FemShep. Kaidan is a powerful biotic, despite being implanted with the old unsafe L2 implants. See the Mass Effect lorecast if you want to know more about that. He has achieved some of the highest spike outputs of biotic energy ever produced by a human, and is a trained combat engineer that specializes in electronic warfare. A full account of Kaidan's biotic potential is detailed in the comic series called Mass Effect Foundation.
After about 6 months into that brutal training session and being isolated from all outside communication, Kaidan's closest friend Rana decided to grab a glass of water instead of biotically pulling it to her. The Turian instructor, Commander Vernus, biotically broke her arm for the, quote, pathetic gesture. This was the straw that broke the Kaidan's back. It sent him into a biotic rage that knocked the Turian backwards. Then the grown adult Turian engaged the 17-year-old Kaidan in a biotic duel. When Vernus drew a knife and sliced Kaidan in his right side, the human retaliated by warp blasting the Turian again and jump kicking Vernus's head while he was down. In the immediate aftermath, a furious Kaidan found the other students terrified at what he just did. His mood swung from rage to horror when he saw that Vernus had been killed. He tried to approach Rana to see if she was okay, but she refused to let him near her. This didn't affect his mental state at all. Probably.
Yeah, so basically since he was 17, Kaidan has been a biotic badass. In the present day of Mass Effect 1, Kaidan is a Marine, and like any Marine, he will tell you how proud he is to be one. I'm allowed to say that because I was in the Navy. He is smart, reliable, and professional. Basically all of the qualities you say you have on your resume. Between his generic buff model body and semi-pompadour hairstyle, his appearance screams, "Introduce me to your parents." He is somewhat sheltered, given his background of growing up in a secret research lab, and also usually keeps to himself due to his migraines from his L2 implant. Something interesting about Kaidan is that despite having such traumatic experiences in an abnormal childhood, he is totally stable and boring in Mass Effect 1. He appears to have completely gotten his shit together, unlike the other companions.
By the time that we meet him in ME1, he has a storied military history, although the game lore doesn't go into too much detail. He was cool enough to be hand-selected by Captain Anderson to be a part of Shepard's ground team, so there's that. Kaidan tends to overanalyze situations and usually focuses on facts over logic and emotions. Kaidan would rather not focus on his personal issues, but will often comment on the big picture. And
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. I mean, it's funny, we finally get out here and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
maybe Kaidan is just really good at compartmentalizing? Or maybe he's a ticking time bomb? Or maybe he's stable from years of therapy? We'll never know. But if it's that last one, we stand strong emotional intelligence and getting help when you need it. Let's all go to the middle. It looks like we got our first chatter. Yay. Yes, it does. Oh, so do you mean that that the game actually goes into the lore of it, like in-game dialogue, or is that from external media? And big question, did you hear the audio clip, or did we just stand there looking blankly at the screen for 30 seconds?
Well, I looked like that, but that's because I can't hear it. That's just my normal face.
Okay. We want to get some fun facts in?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Fun
Oh,
facts about.
okay.
Oh.
Sorry. His look screams
Yeah.
meet the parents. Oh, you did hear
He.
it. Good. Thank you.
That's good. This is our first live stream, so thank you for being here and helping us out. Yeah. Anyway, on to the middle of our show with some fun facts about our militant Marine. Whenever Genesis is ready, of course.
There's nothing confirming this in the lore, but Kaidan is strongly implied to be Canadian, sometimes sounding nostalgic about Canada. This wouldn't be surprising as BioWare is based in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. His last name, in particular, Alenko, suggests that he's most likely of Ukrainian origin. Kaidan's voice actor, Raphael Sabarge, is American, and his voice might sound familiar to you if you've played Star Wars Knight of the Old Republic.
Yeah, I'm going to get into some military nerd facts now. Let's talk about his rank, Staff Lieutenant. Like I said before, I was in the U.S. Navy, so I'll be comparing it to the U.S. Marines. According to the Mass Effect Wiki, a Staff Lieutenant is the third rank for officers, which in the U.S. Marines is called a captain, or an O3. In the Navy, it's a lieutenant. Officer ranks go up to 9 levels in the Systems Alliance, and Kaidan's only at the 3rd level in Mass Effect 1. So I'm going to hazard a guess and say that he was prior enlisted because he's been in for 10 years at this point. Otherwise, did he get demoted? Well, that's it for Kaidan facts that I have. Back to our show.
Now I'm trying to think of what Kaidan would have done to get demoted.
Sleep with his commanding officer.
Ooh. Now on to the hopeless romantic bit. The analysis of Kaidan, both as a character and his romance.
Good stuff. One of his main personal issues in Mass Effect 1 is the fact that he is almost instantly attracted to Commander Shepard. And for a buttoned-up professional who strives to do their duty before all else, it's a massive internal struggle. Much of Kaidan's charm comes from his attempts at restraint. And, like he says to Shepard after the Council refuses to acknowledge the Reaper threat, I think I need to stop drinking wine, he always leaves a way out. The way out, in this case, is for Shepard, not for him. He's already falling in love with her at this point.
Kaidan has feelings for FemShep throughout the first game, whether you do romance him or not. And in order to engage in a romance with him, all you have to do is be nice. It's not much different from Liara and Ashley. All romances do get more nuanced as the game goes on, but in ME1, it's just talking to them repeatedly and not shying away from the flirtation. For Kaidan, this manifests as a reserved and restrained military man trying to be professional despite his feelings. Kaidan tries until the last second to remain professional and not engage with Shep. But it's Shepard who takes charge and attempts their first kiss after the Normandy is grounded before the trip to Ilos near the end of the game. But once again, Joker, the king of the clam jammers, hits the renegade interrupt button and pulls them back into the mindset of the mission at hand.
Who knew that Joker would be the most professional one on the Normandy? Any resolve Kaidan had to resist his feelings for Shepard is quickly forgotten, but the romance doesn't really take off in Mass Effect 1. In fact, there are no declarations of love or any indications that they are in love at this point, which are more common in other video game romances, especially from BioWare. Both Shepard and Kaidan refer to their relationship as whatever this is, which adds a cute high school boyfriend-girlfriend uncertainty to these two mighty military members. Kaidan could have easily been a stereotypical alpha military man, full of cigarettes or cigars, guns, tattoos, swears, etc.
Vega.
Yeah, we don't have any stereotypes in Mass Effect, what? But instead, we have a tactical genius who is quiet and sensitive. BioWare gave us an introspective and reflective sidekick. This is even more important for female Shepard. It isn't common enough still to see a strong female lead with a male counterpart who is secure in his masculinity, especially 14 years ago when Mass Effect 1 first came out. Can't believe it's been that long.
Right? At the final romance scene in Emmy 1, Kaidan says something that really keys us into his character and gives us a possible explanation for why he seemingly has his shit together after everything he's been through. Kaidan says this, and it kind of pulls at my heartstrings.
You're right. About everything. I think about losing you and I can't stand it. And the galaxy will just keep going. Everything, even the Reapers, will come around again. But you and I, we are important right now. Shepard, you make me feel human.
That gasp before he says human? Kaidan probably doesn't feel human that much. As a biotic, he's already on the fringes of human society. Not to mention his powers and unusual use of the L2 implant make him an oddity against biotics as well. Add to this his isolation from regular human society during his school years, his success in the military, and his introverted personality, coupled with his frequent debilitating migraines. Man has got a lot of issues to combat against, and he probably doesn't connect with people too often. And then there's Shepard, who becomes an important figure in his life, both professionally and personally. His hesitancy to reciprocate all that flirting could be his desire to adhere to protocol, or perhaps it's protecting himself from the likely scenario that Shepard will leave him too. It's extra depressing knowing what we know of the future events in ME2.
Yeah. Poor Kaidan. I think it's really interesting that he says, we are important right now. Nothing has ever been permanent in Kaidan's life. No one has ever stayed. Kaidan hasn't had stability in his life at all, but Shepard is proving to be a strong foundation for him. One key aspect of Shepard's leadership, if you're playing Paragon that is that Shepard doesn't treat anyone differently. The Normandy is a collection of misfits that somehow fit together like a puzzle, and that collection only grows in each game. Honestly, all 3 Mass Effect games are basically the tales of a space road trip, with the whole point of the story not necessarily the destination, but the journey along the way. There are still plenty of people who bitch about where this trilogy ends up, though, which, is fair enough.
Now, before we get our weapons overheated, we need to take a minute to discuss how this will actually work. My area of expertise. So let's break it down and see if I can find this other audio clip.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's not about romance. It's just about what's in your pants.
Screw hello, you had me at sex. Don't need no intro, let's skip to the bed.
This is straight up human sex. Nothing too special or groundbreaking with it. No Googling required or deep dives into the lore to find out what a human penis looks like. Spoiler alert, I've seen my fair share. But we do learn in future conversations with my favorite Solarian that some biotic users can have enough control of their skills to manipulate Mass Effect fields in small, precise, and quite pleasurable ways. Kaidan has shown immense powers, but we don't know if he has that fine motor control skills yet. Or if Shepard has her own biotic abilities. But that would be quite the interesting perk. The scene plays out the same way as Liara and Ashley, having the woman be the initiator in the deep kiss. Then the slow, naked body crawl up the one lying on the bed. But, oh wait, we are the woman in this scene. So if you weren't expecting to see your Shep's naked side boob and half an ass cheek, well, sorry, but it's gonna happen. Did you model your FemShep to look like your girlfriend? No kink shame here, but your girl gonna be naked on screen. Kaidan's nipples also make an appearance in the sit-up scene, and yeah, okay. I wasn't expecting to tilt my head and see him in a different light like that. They really did do a good job on his body in Legendary Edition.
Mm.
Even knowing that this isn't the relationship that I would choose for my Shep, there's something to be said about seeing your man naked, in bed, and fully satisfied.
Making me blush. I will say, as a chronic Garrus romancer, it is nice to think of a romance where sexually both bodies are biologically compatible. No carapace chafing, allergic reactions, or parts not fitting to worry about with Kaidan and Shepard. However, Kaidan overall, but especially in Mass Effect 1, is the definition of overlooked. He is overshadowed by Liara's romance in Mass Effect 1, although all romances in Mass Effect 1 aren't nearly as fleshed out as in the following games. And he is one of 2 companions that can die in Vermeer, so he may not even be present for the rest of the trilogy. Kaidan is willing to stand in the long shadow cast by Shepard's presence, the expectations others have had for him, and even deny himself love because he hasn't been worthy of anything but fear as a powerful biotic. It kind of makes me sad for the Kaidans that exist in the playthroughs that didn't get romanced. He fades into the background and is easily forgotten. But really, there's a lot there. Kaidan is a good man.
He is. Okay, V, it's time to rate the biotic boyfriend. On a scale of 1 to 10 eggplants, what's your rating?
Well, I'm going to be honest. Until I did some extra research on Kaidan for this episode, I really just looked at him as the human equivalent of an elimination diet. He is just so bland and uninteresting. Although I've read a few posts on various sites of fangirls making impassioned arguments for his supposed snark and saying things without saying them shit. Maybe, and I don't hate the guy, but he gives off lost puppy vibes. After the sex scene and pretending that we don't know Shepard's about to die in the beginning of Mass Effect 1, I feel like Kaidan would be clingy once he finally got someone stable in his life. I don't know. This may just be my military background talking, but it's just kind of icky to fraternize. I personally give Kaidan 3 out of 10 eggplants for Mass Effect 1, and 2 of those eggplants are strictly based on his great hair. Please don't come for me, Kaidan romancers. I really am so happy for you guys. You don't need a Benadryl to bang your boyfriend. What do you think, Jen?
I assume Morden prescribed the Benadryl?
Of course. Of course.
A rating for Kaidan's eggplant. I mean, I'm assuming he's packing heat. Okay. The real thing is that doing all this research on him really did make me, actually pay attention to him. I'm also leaning towards the idea that if I were to have a brain wipe and play Mass Effect for the first time today, would I pick Kaidan over Liara? I wouldn't know what happens in 2 or in 3 or who my options were. Would I pick Kaidan? And I think I would. I think I would give FemShep and Kaidan in Mass Effect 1 standing on their own an 8.
Oh, wow. 8 out of 10 eggplants. You can make a whole Parmesan.
I will say at least 2 of those points are those abs.
Yeah. Gotta have those abs. Oh, and then an extra point for his nips. It's hard to get abs, at least visible abs. Proud of you, Kaidan Alenko. Working out. Next week, we'll be discussing if your Shepard can make the third romance option feel worthy enough to be loved. If you like what you're hearing, please be sure to leave a review and subscribe. You can find me in our 2 Girls, 1 Ship chat on the Robots Radio Discord channel, and you can come give us a follow on all the social medias at 2 Girls, 1 Ship, all one word. Links to those are in the description. Genesis, what's your plug?
Oh, my brain just went really dirty on the word plug.
Oh God, I know. I've thought it too. But you said it, so
I know. Oh, but you can find me on the Robots Radio Discord as well. And don't forget that we will be right here streaming each of the recording of all for future episodes on Twitch at Two Girls One Ship every Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, and releasing the podcast episodes on Sundays.
Thanks for listening, everyone. And remember
that beauty is in the eye of the controller. And music. I love you. I love you too.
that was so fun.
It was.
I even forgot to ask you about your name, though.
Oh,
I mean, we're at like almost 30 minutes.
You want to ask me about my name?
Yeah, tell us Genesis. Tell us the genesis of your name, Genesis.
So that's actually what this document is titled, is the Genesis of Genesis.
Ooh, oh my gosh, great minds think alike.
Right?
We're on the same wavelength, I swear.
Oh, we are.
Oh, bye. Thanks, PFA Paulo. I don't know. How do you say that? PFA Paulo? Thank you.
Fapalo.
They said bye.
Yeah, bye. I hope you stick around because this one's actually a pretty damn good story. And I'm going to actually move this so that way I can watch your face while I'm telling this story.
Oh, good. Yes.
All right. The Genesis of Genesis. Back in the mid-2000s, I was venturing out in life for the first time. I got my first job on my future career path, started college classes, and moved out of my parents' house and in with my forever. And just in general, learning how to adult. Being out in the real world for the first time and wanting to be a badass bitch, I started looking for femspirations. Who else has dominated their career, changed the world, but started from humble beginnings? After watching a movie she was in, I thought not only is this woman gorgeous, but her charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent were really intriguing in the movie. I had a poster of this chick on my wall in my bedroom. I bought the DVD and magazines where she was on the cover and had done interviews. I found her autobiography and read it cover to cover multiple times. Her book detailed a shocking history and a real insider's guide to the secret workings of $1 billion industry. This babe started at a bar and worked her way up to be one of the top paid female artists in her industry. She then later went on to own her own production company, directing, producing, and starring in some of her own films. Absolutely unheard of at the time. She started at a bar in Vegas and she used the stage name of Genesis, a play on her name and the fact that she was just starting her career. I fell in love with the name and have used it as my gamer name, my D&D sexual harassment cleric, in almost every cell phone game I've ever played. Any guesses on who my dream girl was? My inspiration and who I strive to be?
I don't know. I'm so bad at guessing. Now I'm anxious. I don't want to get it wrong. Oh no, who is it? Put me out of my misery.
The book that I read was How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, a Cautionary Tale by Jenna Jameson.
Oh, see, I would never have guessed that. That's so awesome. So I was, before you said like she started in Vegas and like,
yeah,
all the other
follow,
stuff,
got it
or
right.
like her stage name, I was like Jennifer Lopez. Like it has to be Jennifer or something, right? Because Genesis.
Yeah.
But then I was like, no, it's not Jennifer Lopez.
Yes.
I would never have guessed that.
Apollo gets internet points.
Yeah, I'm very proud of them. Good job, PF Apollo. I would never have known.
Yeah, she's changed quite a bit since then, and I don't align with her political views or most of her lifestyle choices. So full disclaimer on that. And honestly, it's been more than a few years since I've looked at any of her posts. So she might have changed again. But back in the days before the drugs and Tito Ortiz, she was totally my idol.
She's the most famous porn star ever, according to PF Apollo.
She really, really is. Her and Asia Carrera really changed the game.
Yeah. The only like porn adjacent story that I have is because I grew up in Los Angeles, back when Chatsworth, which is a city out there, was like the porn capital of California, or maybe the nation. I don't know. And Ron Jeremy like harassed my mom, which we know is definitely in line with his character. Now
very
that
much,
he's finally being brought to justice. But yeah, so that's the only story I have. About
Ron Jeremy owns a club right down, well, like the street that, no, hold on. Ron Jeremy owns a club about 15 miles away from me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Actually, I remember that was something. It's so funny how because I grew up in California, you know, you see, I feel like the porn industry was very pervasive there, but it was so hidden. And then when we would drive up into the Pacific Northwest, it was like they had like strip clubs and stuff just right out in the open. And it was like that driving across America through Texas too. And I'm like, it's so funny how like all these like more like not big city areas have them really out in the open, but in California they seem more hidden. Like I don't know, or maybe
that
like,
is odd. I mean, I've grown up.
Well, not when I lived in San Diego. They were gentlemen's clubs everywhere.
Growing up in Portland, strip clubs are such a part of our culture that going to a club is not out of the norm. Like, oh, hey, let's go out and get drinks. Going to a strip club is most likely where we're going to start the night or end the night. And it's totally a social thing.
I have been in a strip club once from my sister's bachelorette party.
God, I can't.
But we saw a drag show there.
I can't even think of how many times I've been. I even go watch my friends dance because that's way more fun. Because you come in, you bring a stack of $50, you're gonna get half of it back by the end of the night because that's how you go in there as the hype. You play up on it. I haven't been to any Florida clubs. I've been to
I'm in Florida now, thanks to the military. I haven't seen any where I'm at. But
Portland has the most strip clubs per capita in any city in the United States. So it's part of the culture.
Actually, I was specifically thinking of Portland because that's where we used to drive all the time. And I remember seeing them all over the place. And I'm like, my mom was always like, Chatsworth is the porn capital of the nation. And I'm like, well, how come all the strip clubs are up here then? But actually, I think Florida is the porn producing state now because California had a law where you had to wear condoms, and Florida doesn't have that law. And so they all moved them out here, which is like icky, right?
That's very icky.
Yeah, that is why they film out here a lot now. I saw a documentary on Netflix. I don't know if anyone's guessed that yet, but like I am the research lady. So I also watch documentaries for fun. Do you watch documentaries for fun?
I do, but mine, I focus on like industries that I'll never, or things that I'll never be a part of. So I love, my most recent one have been like prison documentaries, like jailbirds and, my dinner just showed up. Thank you, Rex.
Room service. That's nice.
This one is
$10,000 in one night. Man, if I was in my youth still, maybe I would have done that to make some money instead of the military, which, you know, just gave me free college, but it also like broke my body. So pros and cons.
And to bring it all back to Mass Effect 1, that was my daughter, and I lovingly call her Rex. She's my little Krogan. So much. My little Krogan.
Little battle turtle.
Battle turtle baby. All right, but yes, let's officially wrap this up for the night. We not only want to thank PF Apollo. Oh, I did set this screen up correctly. Yay! I've switched our
Yay.
screen over to our credits reel, and hopefully it will just run for me the way that it's supposed to.
I love how
Thank
everyone loves
you.
Battle Turtle.
Thank you for supporting the streams. Our moderators that were on tonight were Streamlab stickers. And it should have given the followers notifications, so I will work on that. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 followers. Imperial Wolf, Trantelier, Muffiny Cake, and 7 the Legend. Switch in Bed. Does it count if I follow myself? Vervada.
I follow us too.
Vervada follows me.
Yay.
Lucy JROBYN, Jabron, Lucy Jabron, the Almighty Crit, and PF Apollo.
Thank you, everyone.
The legend
Hopefully
himself.
you enjoy it.
Yeah, the legend was supposed to be here tonight.
Flaky.
No,
I'm just joking.
we love our legend.
Mm-hmm.
And
my
the fact
sister was
that
supposed to be here too. We'll shame her though. She's open for shaming. Shame. Ring the bell.
I love that we did that together.
Oh my god. Do you watch Ted Lasso?
No.
Damn it. Watch Ted Lasso, first of all.
What
Anyway,
is
the
it?
woman who played the shame nun is one of the main characters in that show, and she is amazing.
Got it.
Hannah Wallingston, I think, is her name. I don't know. She's great. Wonderful. Yep. Okay.
Oh.
We can keep going on tangents, but
Yes, considering Mr. Legend himself just DM'd me. Why aren't you on my stream, bro?
love it.
Yeah. We totally
right.
could keep talking on tangents. I mean, I will cut the episode right after I
Yeah.
say these words. We have a huge shout out also to Miracle of Sound for giving us free license and reign to use any and all of their music. The sound clip for our intro and outro music is from the song Take It Back and is freaking amazing. The fact that BioWare sponsored the song, let him use any in-game footage he wanted to for the music video. Amazing.
It's truly amazing.
Second audio clip is from Chris Crocker and his song, I Want Your Bite. I did. I played a 15-second clip of exactly the part that I wanted.
That's amazing.
But yeah, stream over. Well, no, at least podcast over. So, 3, 2, 1, audio off.
Oh, is it done streaming?
No, stream is still up. We're still talking.
Just kidding.
I quit recording. That's all.
Oh, me over here recording. Okay, it's done. Yeah. Well, we can stop. Our one person left.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, I'm the second viewer. I want to see because I haven't figured out. I don't have Twitch on my computer yet, so I wanted to see comments if it came in.
Oh yeah,
which was good.
I can see. I don't have to have the actual stream up, because through the application that allows us to be streaming, I can have the chat log running.
That's good. Let me. I hope it's not too bad because we didn't clap. I don't know. I'm just worried that that'll make it hard.
No,
if it doesn't,
we're fine.
that's good. Okay, good. I'm exporting it and I'll put it in the drive for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Yay. This is awesome. This is fun. I think we did good aside from for some reason both. I don't know if it was because we were actually live or if it was the wine. I only had one glass. I could not talk properly today. It was and my inclination when I mess up is to go blah. And I did that once and I was like, shit. At least you can cut it out.
I thought I was doing a podcast with Ravada, not Tom.
Oh, does he do that too?
Mm-hmm. Not so much
So
the
funny.
sound thing, but the words fall out of my head.
Oh,
and I
yeah,
can't
definitely. I'm literally staring at the words I need to say too, and they're just jumble, 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 jumble. And I'm like, shit. Crap. Oh, wait, I already have the drive up. What am I doing? Okay, and I did a bunch of homework today so I can get started real good on Ashley because I've barely worked on her, which is not good. I want it to be more ahead. I can't wait to be done with school. That'll help a ton. Wait a minute. Where's the audio I just saved?
You better have saved or work's kind of screwed.
Oh, no, I
Well,
didn't
maybe
close
not.
out. I didn't close it. I have it still. I just don't see where it went. I saved it. Let me just double check. Let me close that. Try exporting it again, I guess. Here we go.
Here's some behind the scenes on how podcast making works.
I know, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Are we still streaming? Should I be?
Mm-hmm. No, we're still
I forgot.
we're still up live on stream on Twitch. That's fine. It looks like you are the only viewer right now, but it's all good. Because we really do want our streams to be around an hour.
Oh, we do?
Mm-hmm. So even if our episode is only a half hour long, you and I should still be on for at least an hour. Not only does it help with our statistics, but it will actually help with our discoverability. Because if we do a bunch of short streams, Twitch doesn't really like that. Because the longer you're on, the more likely you're going to get followers and subscribers and make them money.
Oh.
So you and I can chat for another 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm trying to upload. Oh, I found it. Okay.
Yay.
It's in documents.
Oh, yeah. Mine saves to weird spots, too.
Okay, I named it Kaidan V half.
Okay.
So hopefully that helps. That's good. Do you want to see? Let me see if I can turn it. Look, I got my new job computers today.
Oh.
I'm setting them up. I have to order, or I already did order another monitor riser because my desk isn't big enough for 2 monitors. It's like a laptop, and then you have the monitors that you can display and a keyboard.
I don't know if I'm fully willing to share the rest of what my room looks like, but here we go.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, you don't have to.
This is me, literally in my bed. I am Switch in bed because I play Switch games in my freaking bed. And then
You play Animal Crossing?
I do. I did. I haven't played in a while though. I've been PC gaming, obvi.
Oh yeah. We should befriend each other on Switch. Because I just was playing Animal Crossing earlier.
I also really like this shirt.
Yes, they're natural. That used to be me, and then I got them chopped off.
They're still natural.
Yeah, they are. They're not even that small. They're way smaller than they were, which is so great for my back. And they hold themselves up, which is just makes me happy. After, breastfeeding.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a TMI. Sorry, Twitch. I don't care.
Mm-hmm. Here's another thing that I did, though. Our stream information. So today's episode title was To Feel Human by Staff Lieutenant Kaidan Alenko. 2 Girls, 1 Ship is going live. Come join the fun. We are playing Mass Effect Legendary Editions. And our searchable tags are chatty, she, her, USA, woman, English, RPG, shooter, action, adventure game. I don't
No
have
romance?
a lot. No, because that's against TOS. If we claim that it's a,
Wait, what?
Because-
What do they think? It's like smutty smut romance?
yeah. Have you ever watched anybody on Twitch? All women
No.
are whores. Like, it's so bad.
Oh.
It's so
No,
bad.
the only time I literally got Twitch just to watch the Mass Effect Lorecast. I don't use it for anything else.
I take
I
it
only
back.
follow us and the Lorecast.
Not all women, but there are some who use
like
their,
as an OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm. It's their
Oh.
entry level OnlyFans.
Oh. Well, I am ignorance is bliss, I guess. I don't know. Like, I don't care. They can do whatever they want, but we're not going to be doing that. We're just talking about sex.
And I am all for girl, do you do you.
Yeah.
But
Twitch doesn't like it.
when you are a woman in a bikini, just sitting there and chatting, not even gaming on Twitch, the gaming stream platform, and you have 3,000 viewers who are donating you $5 every 5 seconds, it's really disheartening, not only for the gamers who are streaming, but like in general.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's like context. You know, this isn't the right context for that type of video.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's temporarily disable that. Since we're not talking about the game anymore, I'm putting that. There we go. Now it's just our faces up on there with our little border. I like our border. It's the same. Damn it.
I like it too. The pretty
Oh, that
colors.
works.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about next week's. I already did it once. I didn't realize we were still. I'm like, I swear I'm not dumb. I just don't know how Twitch works. So this is why I'm happy you're here.
And like, how have we worked on? I don't think it's a big spoiler. There's only one romanceable character left in ME1.
Yeah. Ashley motherfucking Williams. Just kidding. Madeline Williams. That's her middle name.
Mm-hmm. I wonder where the Madeline comes from. Have you worked on her at all?
I've done a lot of research and I've found references and I started formulating my thoughts, but then my child woke up. And today, that was yesterday and the day before, and I don't think I've typed that much yet. But it'll come together really fast. Like I did all my homework that I needed to do for the rest of the week already today. So this weekend I can work on her. Is this Sunday my Sunday or your Sunday? It's your Sunday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, she's taking our children. It's her day to have our kids.
Hey,
yeah,
that works.
That was funny because we were like, my Sunday or your Sunday? It sounded like a custody thing. That's what I meant.
It is. We have joint custody of this podcast.
Yeah, we do. It's our baby. Our babyest baby. I have a lot of babies. One of which is.
Do we want to share our joint babies?
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Sweet little Turian. So cute. I know he says he's a bad Turian, but I think he's the best one. I don't know. I really like Avitus in Andromeda, though. I just like. Someday we should talk about them.
What?
Avitus and God, what was the He was not supposed to be the Pathfinder, but his boyfriend died and he became the Pathfinder. Remember?
Yeah.
There were two Turians.
I
And then, to
the
my knowledge, the only gay Turians that I know about. So I love them. I love Avtus. He's just great.
well, I mean, Vetra,
And
you can romance her as
oh, well,
female.
yeah, but I meant like together, like as Turians, you know?
Oh,
I
yeah.
definitely romanced Vetra. I think it is a huge shame that they did not do a lot with the romances were really bare bones in Andromeda. And I think the most I did Jal and I did Vetra, and Jal's was way more involved than Vetra's was, and it's very disappointing to me because Vetra is a great character. I really like her.
Yeah. I for my Andromeda playthrough, I really liked the way that they worked the dialogue options, whether or not the dialogue was good, but the fact that I could clearly go, hey, I just want to be your friend, and it will develop the relationship that way instead of picking the little heart emoji, because it
Yeah.
made it so much better, because then it didn't feel
Yeah.
like I had to break up with everybody
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
avoid getting a confrontation
Well, because
scene.
in the original trilogy, like the flirty options, they weren't marked differently. Like nothing was marked as like Paragon or Renegade. Like eventually you intuitively got up is Paragon, down is Renegade. You know what I mean? But like
Mhm.
it didn't. I loved the icon. They did it with Inquisition. I think is the first game that they used that type of wheel. With the icons that clearly delineated like a feeling to go along with the text options.
Yeah.
And I just think it's very helpful to know this is a flirt option.
Yes.
Helps you avoid, locking in accidentally with Blackwall on the ramparts of Skyhold.
Or intentionally trying to get a romance with Drac and it not working out.
I love him, but he's like 1700 years old or something, like ridiculous. Which honestly makes me wonder, like he's always been interesting to me because I'm like, are you counting the journey into Andromeda or are you literally that old? That's what I thought. And I was like, how long do Krogan live? Like, I thought they were similar to Asari.
No.
They're even longer.
Okay, so I did some research into Krogan because of our podcast that we'll be joining at the end of the month. So I was like, I want deep dive facts.
Yeah.
And it comes back saying that Krogan, with their regeneration properties, multiple organs, redundant systems, and everything like that, you can regenerate your redundancies.
Oh.
Krogan are essentially immortal. It says
it's just they happen to kill each other all the time or they die because they take on high risk jobs and
it has been said that no Krogan has ever died of old age.
Yeah.
And that Okir, Grunt's daddy, was over 2,000.
Oh, wow. No wonder he wanted to make the perfect Krogan. He probably remembered what that was. Oh.
I'm meeting with Max tomorrow about artwork. So that'll be fun.
I am excited about that. I am excited about all of it. Can't wait to hear. Hope my friends actually listen to this podcast instead of just saying that they will. I think it's good, but I'm biased. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Hand poltergeist. Okay. That's what my sister and I call it. Like, we literally just, things will fly out of our hands against our will. So we have hand poltergeists. They are in our hands. Oh, man. Sounds kind of dumb when I explain it, I guess.
No, I have two younger sisters and a younger brother. I'm the oldest of 4, so we have a ton of weird things that really only make sense in our family. And as of right now, we are at 131 downloads.
Oh, wow. I checked the other day and it was like 118.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I
imagine like when we have more than just one episode on it's kind of short and audio's kind of iffy. Like I imagine once we have like a fuller library, it'll be a lot
Mm-hmm.
more stable because there'll just be more content.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, give us the content.
We have 101
desire
total unique listeners with 134 total downloads. And I also kind of find it odd that we have more downloads on our episode 0 than we do Liara.
I know. I saw that too. And I'm like, is it that interesting? I get it.
I'm laughing because it shows like what we still have in our drafts. I totally forgot that I called the Kaidan episode testing the eggplant.
Oh, yeah. What should we rate Ashley?
Oh, yeah. What emoji are we giving her?
Pretty much the only person I have planned out is, and we've already talked about this, Miranda is a peach. Like, she has to be, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
She has to be the peach emoji. And I don't know anyone else. One more I have planned out. When we get to Inquisition and we get to Solus, he's going to be an egg. So,
Okay.
just, I don't know if you've ever seen that, but people often call him an egg or an egghead just because he's bald. And it is endlessly hilarious to me that they say that. I still romanced him. Like, I love him, but I also will make fun of him because he broke my heart. So he can be made fun of. He deserves it.
What would Garrus's emojis be?
The wine bottle? I don't know.
Ooh. How many glasses of wine do we rate Garrus? I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Tally?
Straws.
Emergency induction port.
I love Tally like a sister. Like, I've never romanced her, but I know her romance is amazing. But like, for me as a person, like, I wish Tally was real because I want to be her friend. Like, she is so adorable. She's just so adorable.
Agreed.
Especially when she's drunk.
Oh, damned. All right, Sam has a legit excuse.
What? Those don't exist. Just kidding. He's allowed to have an excuse. It's fine. He doesn't owe us anything, right?
Right. Garrus, let's see. The wine does come up in 2, but Tally's induction port is in 3.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I actually don't know anything about her romance. I need to watch.
Jacob.
I don't know. White bread. He's so boring.
That might sound offensive.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Sorry. My brain lagged. I don't want to offend anybody in that way. I will offend them on the grounds of if they love him. I don't know how anyone can like him as a romance option though, just because his romance is messy and not good.
Well, I could see it as a romance from like a what's the word that I'm looking for? Where you see somebody and it's because you see yourself in them.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot think of the representation. There we go. Like the representation, like
What?
I don't know what. Sam is in chat now. Hello, legend.
Oh.
Thank you.
I stopped
and now your name should actually show up on...
You missed the whole thing, N7 Legend. You missed the whole thing. It's fine. You'll have to wait till Sunday like everyone else. Just kidding. But thank you for showing up at all. That means to us. I was just thinking.
Oh no, sorry, hold on. I just froze our faces.
He basically wears turtlenecks with his armor.
I just froze our faces. No, that's you. You're frozen.
That's attractive.
There we go. Yeah. That was not a good pause.
That's attractive. Great.
No, you are forgiven.
Who's forgiven? Oh, it's
the
Sam.
legend.
Oh. Sorry. This is why I've only ever called you Genesis, because I don't want to slip.
Yeah, it's why the like even husband only knows you as V. And
I have power over him. I know his name.
this is true.
I'm just kidding. He can know my name. He could probably guess my name,
Uh
first of all.
yeah. There was
Unfortunately, if you throw a rock, you hit someone with my name. Kind of the same for N7 as well. But I mean, to be fair, does anyone watch Letterkenny?
uh, I just played the spoiler alert clip again.
Oh, it's a good one. I was just gonna say he does in the lorecast they do call each other their names, so maybe they're okay with it. I don't know.
Well, okay. So the reason that I don't let
I know
my
why you don't. Yeah.
and there's more to it too. I've had like one criminal stalker, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like I'm a girl on the internet talking
Mm-hmm.
about sex. I don't
Yeah.
want my real life name out there.
I have also been stalked, so no, thank you.
My first name is too, but my last name isn't.
Yeah.
And as
My
soon
last name is definitely not common, so yeah.
why I almost got mad at the last at the N7 day the N7 day stream, because Tom was reading out Patreon names and I heard my name
Oh.
and I was like, I specifically asked, that's a big no-no for me.
Yeah.
And but
Is it because of on Patreon it said your name? Is that
yeah,
why?
and so I went back in and I changed my name. I was like,
I need to
I
look if I changed mine. My only thing is on Zoom, whenever we join for the Patreon episodes, my name is on Zoom,
mhm.
and I never remember to change it to Vervada. But
Our Discord names don't even get displayed on the version that I
that's
use for
good.
our stream.
Thanks, Discord. Thanks, version of stream thing, whatever it is.
No, and I completely understand that. Sam, I really do. And he stopped saying last names, so all he said was, Jenna, whatever,
Yeah.
and that's fine. Why isn't this showing up the way that I want it to? But yeah, so
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
why I don't use my
if
real
you've
name.
had scary experiences with people invading your privacy, you're more sensitive to your privacy.
It was
Protected.
revenge porn.
Yeah.
He downloaded pictures off of my MySpace, and then edited me into some not okay pictures, and then started
Yeah.
sending them to friends and family members. And I'm like, fuck that, dude. No.
I was secretly filmed once. I feel like every woman has a story like this. That was the same person who stalked me. That was before he became a stalker and when he was still just an abusive boyfriend. It's great.
My abusive ex had a tape, whatever. We both did it willingly, but Dickhead decided to share it with people without my consent. And I'm like, no, that
Yeah.
was something for us.
I think it was deleted. He said it was. I watched him delete one version of it. Maybe it was the only one. It's been many, many years now, like over a decade. So hopefully nothing happened. But you never know.
I mean, what's out there is out there. And
Yeah.
decisions I made when I was 18 are still out there.
Yeah. I feel differently now, 10 plus years older.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just like, whatever. It's my, that's you who's disgusting, not me. I didn't do anything I was regretting at the time,
Yeah.
So poop on you for trying to make me feel bad about myself. Used to work, not gonna work no more.
Jack. What would Jack's emojis be?
Pasties?
They
don't have
not
pasty
an
emojis. I know.
No, but I think
Let me
suspenders
get-
are.
Suspenders might be, yeah. Let me take a look, see, in the emojis.
What about Thane? We need a good one for Thane.
I love Thane so much. He's the only one playthrough did I ever romance him, just to know, because I literally and I know Lena's gonna get so excited when we do this episode.
Lena's going to be on Earth. Oh, no, that's right. Never mind.
No, when we do the Thane episode, because that's her favorite romance.
Mm-hmm.
But
we need to find out what Sam's canon romances are, and see if he wants to join us.
Yeah, I would love that. I really want to guess that it's Tally.
No, Sam just voted that the middle finger is Jack's emoji. But
that would be good.
Wait, hold on. V, how many middle fingers do you give Jack?
What? Wait, no, you have to wait till we do her episode.
No, I know, but I'm just trying to say that out loud.
Oh, you're asking me right now.
How are you going to finger Jack?
Oh, I see. No, I don't want to. I like Jack as a person. I never, even if she would have been a romance option, I don't want to take advantage of her like that. So I would have probably just stayed her friend. But
I would have romanced her as Femme Sheppin too. I romanced her as Bro Sheppin too.
Yeah, I would have romanced her, not just bang her and that's it, I would have romanced her. She deserved that.
I totally renegade fucked her and then reloaded an old save. But decision.
I'm looking at emojis, sorry, to see. I don't know, we gotta give someone a sweet potato, because I love sweet potatoes. Sorry, that's random. Because I call my cat a sweet potato, and it's just like a cute thing to me. And it's a cute word in Korean, it's goguma. Goguma is such a cute word. So
you can give sweet potatoes to Vega.
No, I hate Vega. I really don't like him. But you know what? I do feel bad for him because of the romance. That's so disgusting. I hate the romance in Citadel. And the only thing I will give him is that when you dance with Garrus and you do that renegade twirl away from him and you get face to face with Vega and he's like, I'm like, But then my friend was like, I choose to look at that moment as Vega's been secretly teaching Garrus how to tango the whole time, and he's just proud of his boy. And I'm like, okay, that's a way cuter interpretation of that moment, so I'm going to choose to believe that was Jack should be a cactus. I feel like that would be good. She's prickly.
Sam, you really should have been here earlier. I know that you were totally busy with very, very valid things, but as FemShep, you don't know, and I wanted to warn you about the Kaidan romance with FemShep. Do you want to jump into our Discord chat and just sit and talk with us instead of being on comment?
Yeah, feel free.
Well, we would have to move rooms.
Speak to Kaidan, unless you want to romance him. That's my advice.
We would have to move rooms.
Okay, bye.
No, don't leave me. But did you read the comment that Sam picks Ashley? So that might be okay. We will be moving.
Wait,
rooms.
His canon romance is Ashley, and you just spent all yesterday going on about how her canon is to die at Vermeer, but you're like, I'm gonna romance her. Who do you romance in 2 and 3 then? Or do you keep her alive? I don't understand. I need to understand.
Hold on. All right.
I need to do my French.
Oh no, that just fucked up the stream.
Salut.
Okay. I gotta figure out how to pull Sam in here. I don't know if we can do that. And why did that just... Fuck me, man.
I don't have Sam as a friend on here, so I can't create a group chat.
Oh, can I create a group chat?
Yeah, at the top, there's add friends to DM. Do you see it?
Create group DM. Yay! There we go.
Well, now I need to add him as a friend.
Do you?
I mean, I don't have to, but
No. Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
Oh, no, I mean, I just meant I might as well. Like, if I'm going to talk to him on a regular basis. Bye.
Pop out. And grid. And woohoo.
Hey, give me 1 second. I'm going to join on my PC.
Okay.
My mind instantly went to, I'm listening to a podcast right now because I normally only hear his voice on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've messaged him before, but that's just text.
You are on a podcast right now.
I know, but I meant like, my brain was like, I'm listening to the Mass Effect Lorecast right now. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Tu étudies ici? Non, je suis étudiant in New York. Sweet.
I'm
French,
also going to mute Mike and eat this burger because it's delicious.
Okay, go ahead. You want me to just read my Duolingo French to you to give you something to listen to? Salut, comment ça va? Tu étudies ici à Paris? Moi, je suis Ben. J'habite ici et je travaille à l'université. Ben works. Where does he work?
At the university?
Yeah, well, yeah, I know, but where's the university? Oh, in Paris, okay. C'est Alice, elle travaille ici en France. Wow, that was fast. He accepted my friend request.
Hey.
Travaille ici. Oh, hello.
Hey.
I can defend my canon.
No, I just was like, I can't understand how you would romance her if she's dead.
Oh yeah, well that's actually because like I've played pretty much every romance by now as male ship, and I think all of them bore me to a certain extent, if that makes sense.
Oh my god, yes, please romance Garrus. You will not be bored.
So all of them bore me, but then I found when I wanted to romance Ashley, but then I was like, you know what? I think that her arc actually like ends best on Vermeer. And then I thought about in my own headcanon the like implications that would mean for male Shep. Like how traumatized is he now, right? Like now it's not just a squad member, but it's someone that he loved that he had to say goodbye to in the midst of a mission and a war, So he doesn't have time to reflect on that, and probably doesn't even have time until like Mass Effect 3 to even think about it. And then meeting Kaidan again is just another reminder of Vermeer for him in Mass Effect 2.
Yeah. So do you just not romance anyone else in the rest of the games after that?
There was a playthrough where I had Ashley die on Vermeer, and then I stayed celibate in Mass Effect 2. So, and then in Mass Effect 3, I think I romanced Liara.
Do you get
love
Ashley's
Liara.
picture if she died?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't remember. I don't know. I feel like the answer is yes, because I remember there being Ashley's picture there in Mass Effect 2 for some reason. Like, and that shouldn't be there, right? If she's dead.
Right.
Actually, it shouldn't be there really at all. Maybe that was one of the ones where I romanced her and then I wanted to hold out for her, but she was still alive in 2 because I also played through that once,
so many different ways to play the game, and then you're like, wait a minute, did I actually play that way, or did I just watch a YouTube video where somebody else played that way?
Yeah.
I've actually tried my very best to stay away from YouTube videos of Mass Effect.
Wow.
Yeah, just because I was always afraid that I was going to spoil something for myself. I came very close when Mass Effect 3 released in 2012. Came very close to ruining something for myself because I remember someone had.
You mean during
died.
Yeah,
someone had
I watch them all the
disguised
time
ending.
now.
Yeah, and
my sister ruined. Oh, my sister ruins all the things. If I don't ruin an ending for her, she ruins ending for me for whatever it is. Like I always read Harry Potter books first, so I ruined the endings for her on those. But she played Mass Effect 3 first, and I remember because we were in the Navy and stationed in Hawaii, and she was just like, you have to have an online account to get enough points so that everyone survives. I'm just not even going to finish. And then I didn't even finish because I was like, no, I don't want everyone to die. That's stupid.
Can I
and then,
interrupt for an
Oh, yeah, go
actual
ahead.
audio thing? B, you're a
Hmm.
hell of a lot louder than Sam is, so can you turn your gains down because I have you both on the same audio
I don't know how
wavelength?
I
Shit.
can't.
Okay.
I'm not. We're not recording in Audacity. Like I don't have
You're
gain
right.
control on this mic. Sorry.
I can turn
I can.
myself up.
That
Like
would
I can
help.
scooch
Oh,
away.
maybe I can turn you.
You can turn us up or down in Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, you can
Oh,
turn
wait a second.
individual
I think
people.
you know what? I think it joined on my phone, even though I'm on my PC right now.
I was
I
like,
don't
you're
know how
not
it's
on
doing that.
video.
Spooky,
Hold on.
spooky.
Hello, can you hear me?
Uh
That was
huh.
so weird that it joined on my phone like that. All
You
right.
sound exactly the same to me though. Like it
Well,
doesn't
maybe it
sound any
wasn't
different.
registering. Yeah, I looked on my phone and somehow the call was going through it on both at the same time. So that's weird. Yeah, I'm not on video right now because I'm putting away dishes, but I'm almost done.
It's so fun.
Um,
No, but I'm serious though.
but yeah,
I like putting dishes away by myself because my kid likes to help me now, and it's always takes 4 million times longer.
yeah, there's something cathartic about it, I think. But
That's
yeah,
folding laundry for me.
I totally get you there with the siblings spoiling shit. My brother spoiled Shutter Island for me while I
no.
was watching it.
Ooh.
Like he walks in, sees that I'm watching it on like I don't know pay-per-view or on demand or something, and he's like, "Oh, you're watching Shutter Island? That movie's sick." He's nuts, by the way. And I was like,
God,
"Oh, cool! How to spoil a movie in 3 seconds."
that's like mom. My mom, she doesn't even need to watch something first. She's just so good at analyzing stories that she'll be like, oh, I bet it's this, or I bet it's that, and she'll guess it, and she'll be like, see, I told you. And I'm like, just stop talking in the movie. I
Yeah,
want to watch it.
please. Like you know, the more likely you are to guess it right, the more disappointed I'm gonna be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like it.
But yeah, I'm fully intending on my femship playthrough right now to romance Kaidan in Mass Effect 1, given my wide array of choices.
That's
Um,
true.
and I've heard from a couple of people that there are things that are a little weird with the Kaidan romance. So
Mm-hmm. Especially with the model that you used. I don't know. I'm sorry.
what do you mean?
It might make it weird.
Which model?
The model of
Oh,
your femshep.
right. We
The
talked about
story
this.
behind who your femshep is.
Oh, huh.
So,
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
it might be
interested.
weird to see your mom bang somebody.
Oh God, yeah. No, I don't think of it like that.
well, but okay. So think of how the romance scene with Ashley looks and how the romance scene with Liara looks.
Right,
The
right. I
women
mean,
are the aggressors.
oh wow.
And
Okay.
so it is the woman who gets naked and does the body crawl.
Okay.
At least you get a sex scene. Like
Buckle up,
if you romance
buckaroos.
Garrus, you don't get anything.
It's true.
You don't get a sex scene, but you get plenty of adorable interactions, and then
You
you
mean
get the
in Mass
tango.
Effect 2?
In
No,
Mass
just in
Effect
general.
anything, you don't get any love
You
making with
don't.
Garrus.
No,
Not
all,
even like a really vague, suggestive consort type scene?
No.
no, they say suggestive things to each other all the time. And the Citadel DLC, when you wake up the next morning, if you did the Rager party, the thing he says to you, it made me blush so hard. I was like, I cannot believe he just said that. Like, oh, like slightly surprised and also very intrigued. Thank you, Garrus.
It's
But
Brandon
that's the
Keener.
closest you get.
it is
Yeah.
difficult to make me go like and that line did it.
Oh my
I'm
God, I
trying
know.
to
And then
not
Brandon
spoil
Keener as a
anything.
person is just like, oh, I don't like fan attention. I'm like, you did this. It's your fault.
I
Like,
know
you
his
did not have to
Instagram is
play it
like a
that sexy.
normal dude's Instagram, and I feel
Hmm.
bad for like even looking at his Instagram. He's I'm like, I feel
Yeah,
like I'm
because he's just like a
stalking
family
someone.
man.
Right. It's just like a totally normal guy's Instagram that like very clearly says, I'm not a celebrity. Please don't like stalk me.
Yeah, he's like, I literally have the sexiest voice ever, and that's on me, but also don't look at me. Please
Mm,
don't talk to me.
I,
No, I
I
just
hearing
meant
him.
like
Yeah, no,
I'm
no.
on his
literally Father Nature in the Smuckers commercials. So
Oh my god. He is.
Yep. But also listening to him talk in his normal voice kind of makes it so that way. I mean, I can very easily separate the two voices.
Yeah, you need the double vocal cord thing for it to really sound good.
found a tutorial actually on how to do that to your own voice in Audacity. And
Oh,
I was meaning to take advantage of that for one of the lore casts. But there's like a whole slew of tutorials on how to do it to sound like a Turian, how to do it to sound like a Volus, but apparently, according to one reviewer, I already do
Oh,
sound like a
you don't
Volus.
sound like a Volus. No, I love how that one review sticks out to you. I'm sorry. I literally am gonna faint like if we get any sort of even just remotely critical. I'm gonna be like
Oh,
fixate on it for a while.
yeah,
Not looking
I
forward
don't
to that.
honestly. You just kind of take it like a glancing blow. Like it doesn't really. I don't really get that upset about it, but I do like to make fun of that guy, not because of that particular comment, but that same guy like went so far as to like go on Twitter and like rag us publicly and then tag us a bunch of times in the tweets about how pissed off he was that we spoiled something in we
oh.
were talking about the Asaris, and then Liara came up and he was pissed off that we had spoiled something in Liara's romance.
Okay, well,
So
sorry that
here's your
you've lived
fucking
under a
spoiler
rock for the
alert.
last 14 years.
And you're listening to a lore cast.
Yeah,
Mhm.
honestly. Like you
Like
can't get mad.
the
This is
point
your fault.
Right. The point is a deep dive of the games. Like
Mhm.
that's the point. But yeah, just the way that like the lack of tact that he handled it with, and I was like, well, I'm gonna continuously mock this guy on the like a subtweet basically on a few episodes. But
I don't
that
think
being
you
said,
sound like a Volus.
it's so
That's me.
there's an issue, and I think I know what he's talking about because you hear me breathe a little bit on my mic, much more so with the live shows for the Lorecast than anything else, like even my own streams on Twitch. Reason being is because something
Hmm.
gets messed up with the compression of the audio
I don't
over
think I've
Zoom.
ever heard it.
Yeah. I know that maybe
Maybe I
it
just
was
blocked
about
out.
the delay, especially in the beginning where you guys would it because you were chatting through Discord and it wasn't the best internet connection. It would take you longer than expected to respond.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, heard that. Yeah, I've re-listened and heard that before, but yeah, basically with Zoom, there's a certain level of quality loss that happens to the audio because for Tom, like he's the one broadcasting, so his voice is like you're hearing his audio as you should hear it because that's how his mic sounds.
Mm-hmm.
But for
Yeah.
me, my audio is being transmitted to his computer first, and then it's being broadcast from there. So because we're not in the same studio, there's significant audio quality loss, and I think many people probably won't recognize, but I'm somewhat of an audiophile now. I think, um, and
I'm getting there.
I hear it, and I mainly hear it when I take breaths between sentences. Like it's much more pronounced, and I'm still looking for solutions on how to
Yeah.
get rid of that.
Our first episode when like Genesis was recording both of us versus me now recording my half and her recording her half. Like I hated how I sounded in the first episode. I was like, I sound so echoey and almost Turian-esque, like with the it sounded like
It
that. And I was like,
wasn't that
I don't want
bad.
that. Well, I don't want to be the person because like you were saying, if someone doesn't know how it is, they're just like hearing, oh well, that one girl's audio sounds like shit. Like they just don't know why. And I don't want to be the weak link or anything.
My biggest
So
issue is that I know I need to get a pop filter because I can tell every time that P sound comes
mm,
out and I
Mhm.
click a lot with my tongue. So,
Yeah,
it
yeah, I had a
happened.
pop filter on, and frankly, like I didn't really notice that much of a difference. And since it's such a like obstacle, I just went with the net, the net over the mic.
Oh, yeah. See, my cat takes this off all the time and he's ripped it up a couple times already. So I don't even know if it's working that well anymore. Like,
no,
does it sound different?
no, not really.
Pineapple pizza. Pineapple pizza.
Fun fact, Jen is allergic to pineapple. And
Oh, bye,
Sam
Sam.
just went away.
Did it sound different though?
No,
I'm
not
sorry that
really.
you're allergic to pineapple. See, there you go. I don't think. Well, it looks cool.
He is back.
How do you have a cool background, Sam? Because I don't want people to have to see my books.
NVIDIA broadcast.
Mm,
So, yep.
What is that?
stuff we don't use.
Oh.
Do you have an NVIDIA graphics card?
No, I am using a MacBook Air. I don't know
Oh.
what graphics card it is.
I'm not sure if NVIDIA broadcast works on non-NVIDIA
Yeah.
technology.
I used to. Like, you can see my poor PC that died.
Oh, it died, huh?
It's a shell. Yeah. I took out the hard drive and I just want to sell it for parts now because like the guy told me the motherboard and the graphics card died and I don't feel like replacing it, especially because I'm more of a console gamer anyway. I don't even know why I bought a gaming PC. So I don't know what to do with it.
Wait, which part did you say died?
The guy at the Nex computer repair place, so he may be wrong, but he said the motherboard and the GPU, or not GPU, graphics card, both were broken, which doesn't make sense because I replaced the graphics card like 2 years ago. So I don't know how it could die all of a sudden. And
That sucks,
the computer's it's like 5 years old now overall.
What
but
brand
I
was the
don't know.
graphics card?
Let me look at where I bought it. I don't remember. I truly am not a PC nerd. I do not know why I bought it. It was when I was in the Navy and I had more money than I knew what to do with. So I was like, I'm just going to buy a gaming PC.
That is the
Well, at
story
least
of
you
every
didn't-
service person ever.
Yeah.
An Asus Radeon.
Oh, okay. Well, I heard there were a lot of problems with the Radeon.
Well, then,
but at least you didn't drop like a ridiculous amount of money on a Camaro.
Is that what you did?
No, I didn't do that. Thankfully,
Oh, no. I bought a used Mini Cooper and then I traded it in for a Prius because I apparently very practical when it comes to cars. And then I managed to pay it off. But now my husband drives it because I drive the Mom-mobile Subaru. I have an Outback.
Hey, Subarus are safe, and
that's exactly why we got it.
Yeah.
Also, in preparation for when we move to the Pacific Northwest someday, I have the car to match what everyone else has up there.
It is a Subaru like region. I've noticed lots of Subaru and Kia.
That's
Where did
what
you
I
move
drive
from? Because you just moved to Portland, right, Sam, for your job?
In May.
Yeah, but I mean, where were you before?
Oh, Missouri, rural Missouri.
Oh wow, big
like
difference.
90 miles southwest of St. Louis. In
I've
by
never been there.
God, buddy town.
Is that where you're from?
Wow.
No, thank God. No.
I was gonna say, I'm like, did you like it there? Because I don't think I would have. But
I met some nice people there. Some people were very cordial and welcoming to me. Others were not. But I found it to be a little dull. I didn't really like living there because I'm kind of like a city guy through and through. I mean, even living in the suburbs is gonna be cool with me. But
you are speaking my language right now. We are stationed in Pensacola, Florida. It is a tiny southern town, basically. It's not really Florida. I don't know if you've ever been here. I hope not.
I've never.
It's not worth it.
Pensacola, no.
Don't come here. I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh,
I don't belong here. I don't like it. So I can't wait to move out.
So
I
when I
understand
moved to rural Missouri, the town I was in was called Rolla. And when I got there, my first thought was, well, I should probably go out to the bar because I want to meet some new people and, like make some friends. I didn't know anyone there. I moved there for work as well. So work has literally taken me from east coast to coast.
Yeah.
And I went out to the bar and I got an Uber there because I was being responsible. And the Uber driver, I've noticed Uber drivers usually have the good like DL on places. So I asked him, I was like, so what's the bar scene like around here? And he kind of laughed, didn't really answer. And I'm like, okay, well, how many bars are there? Like, unironically, how many bars are there?
Yeah.
And he was like 4. Yeah,
Oh my
4?
god.
and he's
There's
like,
more than 4 here at least.
yeah, he's like 4, 3 if you don't want to count the Tater Patch. Not even kidding. Place called the Tater Patch.
Was it in a
Uh,
tater patch?
it was like they were known for selling taters, so
Like
aptly
what,
named.
just boiled potatoes or
Like
Mm.
baked potatoes with varieties of toppings on them. Like they had a pulled
I
pork,
feel like
tater.
when you
Mhm. The
when you
tater patch
walked
would
in it
be
was
a
just
vegan
like
strip club up here.
that would be amazing.
We
I was
have
just thinking
them.
of Family Guy where you have the bar and they're like talking about, oh, the weather, oh, the news, corn, oh, corn, corn,
Oh,
corn's
corn.
always good. Like that's what I thought of
Oh
when you were
yeah, oh
talking about
corn.
that.
Oh
Yeah.
taters. No, there it's more like I don't know what babe, what did people talk about in Missouri all the time? Trump.
That's out here too. Oh my God, I
I mean,
can't.
that was about it. That was like Trump, trucks, hunting, in the summer going cabrewing or like, float trips. That's about it.
Float
Oh my
trips I
God.
can get behind.
Yeah, but that's just when you like float on a river, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and get drunk and
Okay,
like doing it.
because one of Kyle's ex coworkers from the ship he was on when we were in San Diego. That's my husband's name, Kyle. He had to stay with us when he first got stationed out here, and he's from Missouri. And I've never really spent that much time around like Midwesterners before. And
Well,
he,
consider yourself lucky that you haven't spent much time around Missouri.
yeah, he talked about float trips, and I'm like, what? Like drugs? And he was like, no, like river floating. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fun, I guess. Lazy river at Six Flags, like Splash Mountain. That's what I thought.
No, no, much more like wide river full of cottonmouth snakes.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be snakes. And like a bunch of drunk rednecks and like
That's my
hillfolk.
least favorite thing I've ever heard. No, being in the South, because Pensacola is definitely, I'm literally the last stop on the freeway before Alabama. Um, and being here for the election and for COVID has been
Oh,
definitely like a study in culture that I didn't want or need. I feel like,
Yeah, I get that. I
yeah,
felt in danger when I lived in
yeah.
Missouri on January 6th.
oh
Yeah,
God.
no,
Oh, okay.
literally, Pensacola is more dangerous than Los Angeles. Like, there's more crime here than Los Angeles.
I get
And
that, but
no,
Portland is a city of riots, and
yeah,
we
dude, you
rioted
guys.
for 120 some odd days straight, and
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
I've listened
my
to Behind the
coworker.
Bastards, all like their whole recollection of they have like this whole podcast miniseries about the Portland riots because I think he lives in Portland too. What's his name? Robert Evans from
And I
Behind the
mean,
Bastards.
I am. It was. It got
Serious.
to a point of ridiculousness. Like, okay, it's gone on too long. Um, and I understood it in the beginning. I understood a lot of what was going on, and I was fully there. I was out there with them on some nights, but it got to the point where I felt like now you're just causing property damage to cause property damage and are no longer there for the cause. And that's when it started getting really frustrating because
Yeah,
Portland got
At least
shut
no one
down.
there was
rioted here.
coworkers of mine who had basically told me that when they were working through those protests, there was so much tear gas that it ended up coming through the vents into the newsroom.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And yeah, like that whole scene. Like I wasn't there for that, but the whole scene sounds surreal to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so
The only time
yeah,
I've ever been tear gassed was intentionally in a small room for boot camp. But I was a swimmer at the time, so I held my breath and I didn't actually breathe it in. But like I saw what it did to people, and it was only like 15 seconds of exposure. So I can only imagine what it's like
DS
for
gas.
minutes and minutes or hours even. It
I've been
must be
tear
horrible.
gassed. I've been tased.
Yeah, my
It's
husband's
not
been tased
fun.
and maced for security training. You have to get maced.
Getting
But
tear gas off of your camera isn't easy.
Ooh.
I've Yeah, there was tear gas residue that I needed to get off of my camera and equipment and my coat and stuff after. not having covered a protest, but actually having covered some elements of basic training at Fort Leonard Wood. That's where my last job was. I was covering the military as a military news reporter for the USA Today network.
That's cool.
And yeah, I got to do a lot of fun stuff. But they, so the cadre were standing behind plexiglass, in like a control room with the loudspeaker shouting at the recruits and everything. That sealant was not perfect, and there was
Yeah.
definitely gas coming in there. But the cadre are so used to it that it barely even phased them. You know what I mean? So that was something else.
Is that the
Something else.
Army, I'm assuming?
Yeah, Army.
Yeah.
Army
You
culture
probably
is
have.
a lot different than Navy culture.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. My A school was on an Army base. I was a Korean linguist in the Navy, and they teach that at Defense Language Institute in Monterey, and it's an Army base called Fort Ord. And that's how I knew. Actually, when I showed up to my first Navy base and we were like doing our board to get qualified to stand watch, and they asked, "What time is morning colors on Navy bases?" And I said 07 because that's what it is on Army bases. And they were like, "How are you in the Navy for almost 2 years now and you don't even know it's 08?" I'm like, "It's 08? What?" Like, I had no idea because I'd been on Army base the whole time. But yeah, no, I was barely in the Navy. I feel like like we were a bunch of nerds doing a very specific job, so I don't relate to a lot of military, I feel like, because they had very different experiences than I did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very unique.
I
Like
was never
the
in the
one guy that
service,
used to
but
be in our chat.
husband
Sorry.
was. Husband did his time before we even got together. He was already out, but
He's in the Marines?
no, Army. And then did Ranger school and then got out through the Guard. I should know these things.
Oh, sorry, my rabbit. 1 second.
That's who I'm
Yeah.
missing. Okay. Sorry, I just realized that like none of our stream alerts are showing up the way that I want them to. We didn't get any notifications for followers, and I apparently did not do a very good stream job. But
Why?
there's a lot of little things. I didn't set up any of our bots. Basically, all the ones that do the automatic postings for us. I failed.
I truly don't know anything about Twitch, so
I should.
I don't know. Yeah. Oh well. Okay. I'm gonna go because it's 11 here, and my
Aw.
kid wakes up no matter what time I go to bed. She wakes up at a certain time, so she's
Yeah.
adorable,
Well, hey,
and I love her. But
sorry I missed the show. It's
that's
gonna be at
okay.
the same time next week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right, cool. Well, I
no
will
worries.
be there. So
You don't have to. Well, you're probably super busy, but if you do, that'd be great.
yeah, well, I will be there, or I will let you know ahead of time if I'm not going to be.
That's okay.
So
Cool.
yeah, I
We
will.
love you to chime in defending your girl.
Yeah, and let me know ahead of time if you want me to, jump in and what the topic's gonna be. And
Well,
I'm
next
not
week is
sure.
Ashley.
Oh,
For
it
Mass Tech
is
1.
really okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah. I guess just let me know if you have like show notes, and then like you can send those to me. That way, I'm not stealing what people are gonna talk about. So
Yeah, maybe we could do our show and then how do we have it so you could pop in like in the middle or the end or whatever, and then just talk about how you feel about Ashley or something and that or
sure.
how do you normally do it for
For
I don't know, we're
guests.
new.
Um,
Yeah.
well, if you have a mid break, that's a good like segue. So if you have a mid break, I would like as a guest, I would probably jump in after the mid break. Like that'll give you a chance to like end the topic that you're talking about in the first half. Go to mid break, thank your the people who support you, thank everyone, blah blah blah. Do the mid break stuff, and then say okay, and now back to the show, and then like that's when you like lead in with an introduction of your guest. And then
Because
That's
our
and then
good.
current
like
format right now is our first part is talking about like the background of the character.
Yeah,
Then
the
we have a little
context.
mid break with fun facts. Then after it comes the analysis of the relationship and then the analysis of the actual sex. And then it would be
Yeah.
like a part 4 where we would have somebody else.
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. Yeah, we would have that, but I feel like Sam would probably have really good analysis too, as someone who's romanced. It may be a different perspective because he's a man. You know, we
I've
are
been called
we are the
worse.
two girls. So if I mean, like whenever he jumps on, like if you want to do some analysis too, that'd be good. But we
Yeah.
could do the show note. I'm working on the show notes still, so
Well,
when I have them,
whatever structure that you're both comfortable with is going to be what's best. So, yeah, I'm flexible to, you know, jump in however, whenever. Um,
Really, Sam? You're
mhm.
flexible? You want me
And
to
I got
reach
this.
out?
Yeah.
he
Yep.
said the line.
Yep. So
Yay.
I can, jump in after the mid break, at the very end if you want. Oh my god, I just saw that. That's awesome.
So
By the way,
yeah, we got
Look at this.
got all my Mass Effect swag on my desk.
Wait. Oh, you can't see
Wait,
it. Can you?
you just disappeared.
It's a space cow crossing sign.
Oh, yeah, from that one world in Mass Effect 1, and then it was on Andromeda too. You could find them.
Yeah,
Mm,
so that was actually a gift. Thanks to
That's
Pipe Man.
cool.
He had sent that along with the shirt.
We need to have Pipe Man on too. He's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
he is, and he said that he would do like music-y stuff for us too.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. So, all right.
I wanted my dad to help, but he just had a surgery today, so never mind. He's
Apparently,
fine.
Pipe Man has some connection to Sam Hulick and
Oh my
Jack
God.
Wall too. So
Wow.
maybe talk to him about that. I don't know. I'm trying to talk to him about getting one of them on the Lorecast to talk about composing the soundtracks and whatnot. That would be cool.
B,
That
your
would be
other
so
homework is to
cool.
work on trivia questions because I've already got 5.
Oh, okay. I can do that. Only one more
Also,
month and then I'm done with my MBA and then no more actual homework.
Also, if you have like myself included with guests on, it might go best if you set it up like an interview format where you write down a number of questions, divide who's going to ask which questions, and then just kind of make it like a hot seat thing.
Mm-hmm. I've been working
So,
on that for our Charlotte interview.
Yeah, and I have to work
oh,
on it for
that's her name? You had told me about this person, but I didn't know her name. The author.
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
that's the other
Heidi
one.
McDonald. But she did say yes. I found her on LinkedIn and I need to make questions. She gave me her email so that she said whenever we're ready, I could email her and she would be happy.
Charlotte's just another gamer girl who was massively, who was into Mass Effect when we worked together, and she kind of was like, "You need to start playing." And so she is a Kaidan shipper for her canon, and so that's why we wanted her in at the end of the month. As
Did you see that one Twitch viewer we had was like, there are multiple Kaidan romancers? There's more than one?
oh my
like,
god,
yes,
I was on TikTok
unfortunately.
today talking to
Yeah.
the Kaidan shippers because I was like, "Oh, you made a TikTok about how Kaidan is your dream guy," and like, there are some thirsty bitches on TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that we are some of them, but still, I was not expecting Kaidan thirst traps.
I just love that you went on Archive of Our Own and found like a
Oh,
romance.
I get
and
Google alerts for the Mass Effect Lorecast mentions. So
That's
whenever
amazing.
so
I'm gonna
yeah,
go down a hole. Go on there.
I've seen some weird stuff. We've been mentioned on Tumblr a few times. Thankfully, it was all just very generic, nice stuff that people had to say. But it's give it some time. I'm sure our name will pop up in some pretty unorthodox circles.
Well, after Tom wore the sexy Santa thing, then yeah, I mean he's bringing it on himself.
Oh yeah.
Santa
Oh yeah.
titties.
I think someone in the Lorecast channel said that they wanted me and Tom to wear the tally leggings, and I gotta say that's
Oh,
not gonna happen.
Did Combat Gamer ever send you the leggings that he bought for you?
No, no, he did not.
no,
Guessing he liked those himself, so he kept them.
yeah, he kept him. He left the Discord also. He
I know.
doesn't like it. Yeah.
Yeah, he told me that he exited stage left. So
I don't know why it's like it's not an airport. Don't need to announce your departure. Just go. Like
yeah, Well, I
He-
think he wasn't vibing. Is that what the kids say now? Vibing with
I don't know. I'm not a kid, but yeah, no. He keeps messaging me because I was also in the military, and I'm like, bro, we had a different experience, and we are different people. But yeah, he's also making a Mass Effect podcast. So
Oh,
I also
nice.
just realized that I'm the oldest person in the room, so I'm gonna go to bed.
yeah, I think Sam's the youngest.
Sam
Am
is the
I?
baby.
Wow.
I'm 30.
I'm an infant.
You're not an infant, but I think you're the youngest in this group.
I'm 27. So
Yeah, you're the baby.
I'm
All right, well, hey.
35.
I'm gonna
Yeah, my
jump
husband's
out so I can
36.
eat some cookies and play some video games. Possibly watch TV with my girlfriend and then go to bed.
And I have Killer Burger sitting here, so I'm gonna eat. Envy, you froze. At least
she's
it's a cute picture this time.
Yeah. She's smiling, so it's a good frame to freeze on. So.
That is good.
All
All
right.
right.
Well, I will catch you both later, and I'll just tentatively plan on next week. So.
All right. Sounds good.
All right.
All
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
And stop recording. Thank you to all of our lovely followers, and we out.